Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies, real lives. All the time, stand on it. If we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, keep on smoking in the hallway. Now we got...
Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in with us on this kind of it's a little brisk outside. A little brisk, a little pullover. This pullover weather. You wasn't gonna back me on the pullover weather?
I got you. Yeah. And I got to. No, I thought you were still talking, but I'll be down there around Thanksgiving. I'll make sure and bring that pullover. So I got you.
Yay!
Ain't nothing. You paying me back.
Whatever. You owe me that anyway.
Boy, what's going on? What's up, DA, my brother?
What's happening? What's going on with you?
Chilling, man. Oh man, here, you know how we do it.
Yeah. You still at the? That's what I want. So what happens after the election at the polls? I know that's a random question, but I was curious about that.
It depends on what state you're in, man. Each state is different, you know, because some states, you know, they got the electronic ballots. Or some cities, and then some cities got the paper ballots. So, man, it just depends on where you're at. They got their own way and process of doing stuff. So,
like storing it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I always wondered, do they just leave them there and be like, all right, close it up?
Well, it depends on the location, because some cities and states, man, have actual voting sites where that particular site is only designated for certain elections. Some cities or counties, you know, they'll use a school or a library, you know, such and stuff like that. So they have to go in there and remove the equipment or store the equipment in that space if they got space, because they'll use it again.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing, TK?
You know, I can't even express how glad I am that it's Friday. I'm beyond glad. And then to just have a 3-day weekend too.
Yeah, it is a Veterans Day on DA. Appreciate the service, man.
It's all good, my brother.
All the years that you contributed to the safety of this great nation.
Protecting. What I say all the time when people look at me crazy. Protect the country that won't protect me.
Do we? Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there.
And we ain't gonna talk about all the damage to your body.
Oh man, please. We can talk about it. I can tell you. So when I would think I was 10 years in, anyway, when I was in San Antonio and at the hospital, we had a research trial, and we was having soldiers come in. Well, we was having everybody come in, but we had soldiers and we had civilians, and what we was trying to look at was the musculoskeletal impact of basically the use and abuse of your body, comparing soldiers with civilians. And so some of the information that came out was, on average, a civilian would walk or run anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 miles a year.
Okay.
So what ended up coming out was a soldier will end up doing that in 6 months, 3 to 6 months, depending on the unit. So at the end of the year, they're looking at 30 to 40,000 miles.
So he was tripling to quadrupling the amount of impact, basically.
Exactly. And what one of the researchers said was, it makes sense why you have these 20, 30-year-old people with the body of a 50, 60-year-old person because of the wear and tear. And that's just the running part. That's not including having the rucksack, which is an extra 30. It could go anywhere from 30 to 110 pounds, including the weapon. That's another 17 pounds. Then if you do it in boots, they say the uniform is adds another 15 to 20 pounds. So the average person is 180 pounds. So you add that together, they pushing 300 pounds.
Yeah, man. My brother had to have back surgery not too long ago because of that.
Yeah. And the other thing too that came out was, and that's why I think that's one of the reasons why they changed the PT test now to the ACFT was they wanted them to perform as athletes, but wasn't training as athletes. Because all like for a physical training session, it'll be like, okay, you do a set of push-ups, set of sit-ups, and then go run forever, and that's it. And that was the physical. That was a PT test, the physical training test. You do push-ups as fast as you can in 2 minutes, as many as you can in 2 minutes. Sit-ups as many as you can in 2 minutes, and then to go run 2 miles. And is it a good test? Yes, because you can have some people that are just like, yeah. But what they did now, I think, is more tale of training as an athlete and the overall fitness, not only just the endurance, but the strength, but the explosiveness. Because like now you got to do. Damn, I just retired and I can't remember this shit.
Well, we know memory was an issue.
No, you got to do the deadlift, ball toss, sprint, drag, carry. What was the other one? The plank. It was 6 of them, and then a 2-mile run. Anyway, so to me, that trains, like, you have to train for that. Like, you're not just gonna go out there unless you've been doing it all your life. You're just not gonna go out there and perform like optimal by just rolling out of bed and going to do it. Nah, you got to do it. Oh, hand release push-ups. That's what it is. Where you got to take your hand off the ground, come out, come back in, push up like that. Yeah. So I think that PT test is more suited. I wish they would have had it when I first came in. I probably would have stayed in longer, or I don't know.
Well, okay. Thank you for that little review. What you got for us today, TK? What direction? I know there's a few things that we can delve into.
Oh yeah, this is a shite ton.
Man, ODA, if you on the road, you know what's
go ahead.
Okay. Nah, it was just like we said we were gonna talk about what's in the news, and one of the things like that you sent was that clip. That clip was kind of interesting.
Which one?
The clip that I sent?
Yeah. The
Instagram. Talking about that.
Wait, hold on. Which one? I don't think I've seen it.
It's the one where I guess the girlfriend of the person who recording it got into a argument with somebody. So they told them to come to
her client. that
her
she had
client.
the photos for. Yeah, allegedly.
Oh. Well, they
How
sound like
long
they
is it? How
lovers.
long is the clip? I can watch it right now.
They
It's
sound
like a
like they
minute and 30 seconds.
sound like they were lovers though. But anyway, they basically told the chick to come over to roll up on them, and they had a little scuffle. But at the end of the scuffle, the chick shot her.
Oh,
After beating her up, she shot her.
Right.
So that was a very
Tyler.
You said where?
Yeah, the Tyler chick.
Oh, that was a very interesting situation. Because even though she wasn't involved, the chick recording, she going to jail too.
And she needs to. I posted that on the baby. I posted that on the post. When I saw that, I was like, huh, she need to go too. You talking cash money. You the one videotaping the whole little thing. You on Facebook Live. Y'all already had the weapon in the little electrical box waiting. That made the situation premeditated.
Yeah.
So
like premeditated attempted murder. Like she going to jail as accessory. And
an accessory and a cheerleader. Because she was cheering and rooting that right on. She was like, get her. Told you. Yeah.
And she probably could have got away with it if she didn't say, now fire her up.
Yeah.
If she didn't say that, she probably could have got away with it. I didn't know she was gonna do it. Now you know now, motherfucker.
Yeah, she couldn't deny that. It's the craziest part that I saw that video and I'm like, we supposed to be grown. We driving, somebody waving bait. We gonna drive 20 something, was it miles or something away just to go fight somebody? What the entire frack? Real talk. And you got kids. There's kids. So now there's 3 kids without a parent. And there's gonna be more because if I'm not mistaken, they had kids as well. So the kids losing this situation of folks want to be Billy Badass.
It's not even. I'm gonna say Billy. It's. What's the word? We talk about it all the time. It's a lot of the things they did deals with the trauma and that trap mentality. Like they have no. That's all they know. It's not excusing it. Nah.
Oh hell no.
That's the rationale behind it. That's all they know. Like it don't matter. It don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter what's your status in life. If you have that mindset, you might as well. You still stuck in a trap. And it makes sense why they call it the trap.
It's crazy. What's going on, Hope? And see, that's I just watched it, and honestly, bro, I can tell you, like, I ain't scared of nobody, like point blank and period. But I don't even give a lot of stuff my energy for that particular reason. Like, I'm not finna argue with you on Facebook. I'm not finna argue with you in person. If there's an out, I'm gonna take it. And it ain't because I'm scared. It's because I know myself, but I also don't know what that other person is capable of. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know how they did. And it's just not worth it. Like I think about, man, go home. Go home to your kids and your grandkids, and I'm
exactly
like, I'll never see you again, more than likely.
Exactly, and it's crazy. I forgot his name, but he said something so profound. Big Heavy said black dude with dreads. He was like, it used to be.
Did you just describe me?
Huh?
Did you just describe me?
Okay. Big Heavy said dude with dreads and tattoos on his face.
No tattoos on his face.
But what he said was, he said it used to be if you walked away, you was soft and you was called all this other stuff. He said,
Yeah.
but now since he done seen people get killed, been in jail and everything, he said walking away is the most gangster shit you can do.
Yeah.
That's telling
I heard that
somebody
too.
yeah, that's telling somebody you're not even worth my energy. You're not even worth
Yeah.
my time. I got too much to lose to be dealing with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And that's the mindset we have to have, not gotta have. We have to have. We should have.
Yeah.
We should have that. Like, look, bro. All that lip flapping and gum chewing and all that stuff you're doing, that's fine. It's good for the camera. But I gotta go home because I got stuff to do. So
I got people depending on me.
right,
I'm depending on me.
yeah.
Ridiculous over something so silly and petty. Yeah.
As a photo shoot though,
Mm.
just delete the pictures. I could see if it wanted back in the day they had the click camera. You gotta wind it and everything. The little box camera,
Yeah.
the disposable camera. I could see that. Okay, you might throw a little bowl, man, delete and start
Right.
over. Like,
Simple.
Well, I agree. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I like to be able to see the next day. That's a blessing. Not lose it for something stupid. Like, first of all, we too old to be fighting. You got kids, you too old to be fighting. I don't care what nobody I'm saying. Walk the hell away and go about your business.
if it ain't life, what they say, what do we say in the army? Life, limb, or eyesight. I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
Now make sure when you walk away though, you looking at least out the corner of your eye because somebody some trickery. So
that's
this part
the
going,
other
but
part that's so crazy. Like it shouldn't be that. It's not that serious. Like nothing is that
Hey.
unless they're trying to take your life, harm somebody you love, something like that. That's different.
yeah.
But everything else, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about that dude in Florida, right? Old school white dude. I can't remember his name, but he was a Trump supporter, major. When I voted for him, had his little "Make America Great Again" hat on.
Yes.
Nobody.
I got the video saved.
And he filed for Social Security today, tried to, and found out that he was not an American citizen. He came here when he was 2 years old before that bill passed. So he's so he about to get up. Yep.
But what's so funny? I'm glad you said that because a friend of mine was telling me about her daughter got sent to HR because she was at work and one of her coworkers is Hispanic and she was crying because now her parents are about to get deported. And she was crying and hysterical because she said, I voted for him and he finna deport my parents. And she said, well, you need to stand on that shit. That's your fault. And I was like, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize what they're voting for.
Yeah.
They don't understand, like, oh, they think it's cute. Oh, I'm gonna vote for him because he gonna ban abortions and all this other stuff. You got to see the whole picture. Don't see what he's showing you, because he's showing you this hand. You don't know what this hand is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's a lot of folks that are what's the word? A lot of folks that are scared because they don't actually know their citizenship status.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like a lot of that stuff, man. Dudes want to be macho. Feel like they got more control. But like I said, they're not reading the underlying in print about that stuff, and it's so much more than just feeling like you have control or you're in control. But hey, here we are. We're here now. So now we just gotta write it out.
Because they were talking about what the Hispanic vote went up.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was like 50-some% Hispanic males and 20-some% Hispanic female.
That don't surprise me at all, though. You know.
I told them, I said, they got to understand what they're voting for. And the sad part about it, they're voting against their own people. People that look like them.
Yep. Yep.
So that means you truly have no loyalty. You have no loyalty.
They don't know what the hell loyalty is or means.
Yeah. But the part that this concerns, breaks my heart, and irritates me all in one is how they pit the black man and woman against each other. That's the part, because it's really not that. Because who was like when they did all the rallies and stuff like that, and it was like, oh, black men, it's up to you to support your women and everything. I get it to a certain extent. Like, a man is gonna support a woman regardless. A man, you hear me? A man is gonna support his woman.
I'm glad you said a man. Make it clear. Yeah.
So for them to say that is basically emasculating black men, all because you're lumping everybody in the same group. And so that kind of turned a lot of the black male voters off, but some still voted the way they were going to vote regardless. Then when everything went down and she lost, first thing out of everybody's mouth was, see, the black man didn't come to our rescue again. I'm like, did you actually look at the numbers? Like, behind a black woman was who? Out of the most voted for Kamala was who? The black male. We were second with like 60-some%. So how are we not behind y'all? And I was just like, you were listening to the shit that you hear from these ghetto ass people, and they keep putting it out there, and you eating it up. Like, you're not looking at the facts. Now, if you want to talk about the facts, and I had this conversation with on Facebook. If you want to talk about the facts, if you really, really break it down, that's really not a big change. He got what? He went from 8% to 22%. And she went down, I think they said it was like 4 or 5%. That's a normal change. That's normal. That's nothing extravagant. But you let other people tell it. Oh, the black man turned his back on a black woman. Huh? But if you want to get into the numbers, where she lost at was a Hispanic vote and a white woman vote. But ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. Then that's the part that, like, it irritates me and disheartens me, because we so quick to jump on each other. Oh, you didn't help me. What the fuck you want me to do? Burn the bitch down? Then we all in trouble. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, so I was just like, yeah, it's that really hurt me, because I'm just like, damn. And the fucked up part, the messed up part about it is we're doing it on a public platform. We are always quick to say what goes on in this house stays in this house. But those guys are doing this shit on a motherfucking public platform. And what they doing? Snipping, reposting. And then you wonder why the Democrats stop pandering for the black vote. Shit, we can't get along.
True.
We can't get along. And Republicans peeped that. They peeped that shit 2 elections ago. When and I know I'm getting on a tangent, but they peeped that shit 2 elections ago with Barack. So when he got in and didn't do what we thought he was supposed to do, we turned our back on him. And they were like, I see something. Then they start seeing, the Hispanics. Oh, ain't nobody talking to them. And what happened? And that's just strategy,
Yeah.
political strategy. It's not. You don't need a PhD. You barely need a GHD, a GED. I'm about to say a GHD.
PhD. What's that? Yeah.
Oh, well, you barely need a GED, but just look, sit back, and we handing them the keys to the car, how to win an election.
Yeah, man. You know, the first thing about that is we got to stop making it about race. I don't think it has anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I see your point and I understand, but I believe that everyone has the right to vote their convictions and how it looks. You know, and we can't make it about black or white, especially when it comes to her, because the things that we deal with on a daily basis, she don't have to deal with. You know, the things that we deal with in our everyday struggle, she's not dealing with that same thing in her household. Her husband ain't coming home with the same frustrations that we're coming home with. Her family dynamic is not the same family dynamic that we deal with. I understand her fishing for those votes and all that, but the reality of it is, no, you know, our skin folk ain't kinfolk. I'll just say that alone. But again, I agree with what you're saying about us looking for a reason to point the finger at one another. Man, I'll tell you, man, I'm the first one, bro, to do my best to protect our black women, but not when she's not protecting herself. You know, it's like putting yourself out on a limb or reaching for somebody who ain't reaching back.
You know, I agree.
Yeah, but you know, I ain't gonna go down that road right now. But yeah, I get you.
But yeah, that's all. No, let's open that. Let's go down that road. Let's go down that road. Let's go down that road. I'll push back on saying that she's not dealing with the same things.
I'll say, go ahead.
I'll push back because I think as her being in politics and being in politics, and I'm speaking from my experience in the military, being around senior level individuals, there's not a lot of people that look like you and me or her. There is a lot of the things that President Trump triggered in people to get those votes is what goes on in a lot of these boardrooms. So even though we're not at her level of whatever or status, whatever, we still got to deal with the same stuff. We still have to deal with, oh, let me touch your hair. Oh, you speak well for you speak well. You're articulate. You're this. You're that. And that's where I say it's the same as far as her husband. I'm not going to even touch that because I don't know, because he could have grew up in the ghetto. I don't know. He could be just I don't know. But I think she deals with that. Like, and now I agree with you when you say not helping somebody who's trying to help back, because it's a lot. Matter of fact, we just talked about a situation where I wouldn't help that person when she was out there egging somebody on to hurt somebody else that looks like her. I'm like, no, you get what you deserve. Don't do a GoFundMe. Don't do a goddamn plate, no fish fry. Nothing. No, you want to do the crime, you do the fucking time. Period. And that's the same for me. If I was doing a crime and I got caught, I have to accept my responsibility. Ain't nobody else made me do what I had to do. Do what I did. Ain't nobody else do it. I made the decision like, oh, I'm gonna be Billy Badass. I'm not gonna say Billy Badass. I'm gonna take the risk and do this. So
This is what I meant, bro.
That's the only part I'll push back on when it comes to your argument, though.
The hoops and hurdles that she had to jump through to get to where she's at is commendable. I respect her, right? But in some light, she's a safer option than someone else. And the key point of that is she's allowed in those spaces. There's a lot of people that won't even be allowed in that space because of their skin tone.
I agree. I 100% agree.
That's what. Now, I'm not saying that she had to go through some stuff.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be the same thing that someone that looked like you or I would have to go through to get into that exact same room. That's what I meant. She's a safer option. So let's allow her to occupy this space so nobody else can occupy it.
But they could say this, that's the same thing. I just literally just had this conversation with my son about the paper bag test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said the exact same conversation. I said they used to use the paper bag to say who's going in the house and who's going in the field. Yeah. Who's close to white and who's close to black. If you were lighter in the paper bag, you were okay. And if that could be said for T. She's lighter than the paper bag. She's safe. But we all know that ain't true. But still.
Right. And I get what you're saying as well. So that's that. Yeah.
But the thing I found fun. I was reading an article. I should have sent that to you. Reading an article and having a conversation in one of the educated black man groups that I'm in. And I can see now better why a lot of us decided to vote for Trump. And some of the reason, the rationale behind it, I could understand. Cause it was like three things that stood out to me when they talked about it. The first thing was the fact that regardless of what he did, regardless of what he was submitted to, or whatever you want to say it, accused of, he was guilty until proven innocent. And a lot of us as black men can relate to that. They look at us and say, we're guilty. He was in the store a little too long. He got on a baggy shirt. He got on this. He got on that. He looks like a gang member. So now you're guilty. You could be a lawyer just on your day off. So now you're guilty until proven innocent. And like I said, it's far-fetched. I got it, but I could understand that logic behind it because they can relate to that. And one of the articles I was reading that was saying he voted like that because he got accused of a crime he didn't commit, ended up doing time, and now he's fighting for his rights, to get his rights back after they found out that everything was false. And he said he feels like that's what's going on with Trump with all these different allegations. I said, okay. And then the second thing was that he was talking about, that they were talking about, is the fact that he shoots it straight. Like, he says what's on his mind and he stands on business. And I was like, I could understand that because you want somebody, I would rather for somebody to tell me straight up how they feel about me than to be in my face kikiing and be talking to everybody else behind my back. Oh, this nigga this nigga that, blah, 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 and be in my face, kiki. Oh, dog, what's up, dog? Nah. And so I could understand that part. And the last part was an interesting one. And I had to read and get feedback from everybody else and read what they were posting and everything. Was a lot of black men feel like they are getting emasculated more with the Democratic Party and than the Republican Party. And when they say emasculated, like they're making the position of a man, the Democrats are saying, yes, a woman can lead, yes, gender identity, gender equality, and all that stuff, and they feel like it's more, it's pushing the agenda of women are better than men, and I can see where they're coming from when they talk about that, because anytime, and because we see it, we saw it in the last umpteen years, years. Anytime you have a man that speaks his mind, it's considered toxic masculinity. Anytime a woman speaks her mind, she's strong and independent. Why can't it be that's a strong man too?
I disagree with that 100%, man.
Go ahead.
And I'm not saying that you're,
No. That's why we're having a conversation.
I don't think it's about speaking your mind one way or another, but when you speak your mind, what are you speaking? Like, are you speaking from an emotional perspective, or are you speaking from an intelligent or intellectual perspective? Men and women alike. It's because a woman is speaking her mind, and we know that there was a time when that toxic masculinity, those control tactics ran rampant, and it's still in there, so we can't discredit that. But there also was a time when the angry woman thing was running rampant, so we're not going to discredit that either. So it just depends on the perspective that they're speaking from, and I don't think it's fair to box everyone in, but we cannot negate the fact that those things were, in fact, a reality. Now, I don't feel like that's the reason. I mean, but I guess it just depends on the conversations that you have, the rooms you enter into, the space that you surround yourself with. But I know that toxic masculinity is a thing. It's a control tactic. A lot of men use it to try to not just control women, but to control their family. And it's not just black men. And in fact, it's you'll see it less in a black household than you will in other races. And that's the reason why I feel a lot of men, it's that macho thing that we was talking about earlier. Like, other than America, right, in the US, there's still a lot of countries, a lot of places that have arranged marriages. There's still, and that's just, and it gets so deep, and I don't want to say too much, but yeah, I'll stop right there.
No, keep going, because this is the exchange we were having. That's the type of exchange we were having. That's why I say I could understand where they were coming from. But that same thing that you just said, like about how it's just not in the black community, it's all communities. That was one of my responses, because I'm just like, so when the toxic masculinity part, I got it. There is a difference. The difference is in toxic masculinity is that manipulation piece, like you said, that control piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm controlling everything. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yep, man. That's the conversation, and with the young lady, and she was literally saying that she can't see how anybody, man or woman, would want to vote against, speaking about the abortion and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we got to understand, we live in a society where these same individuals will go home and assault their wives, assault their children. Like, we're not so far off from the 1950s and 60s as you would think.
Mm-mm.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of men that would love to have their cake and eat it too. Is it right? I'm not saying it's right, but it's just society.
It's a reality.
Yes, a reality.
And that's where I can see, like I said, I can see where that shift change came from. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are relating to those aspects, not the overall rhetoric that he's saying, which too made me sit back and look at, like you said, not just us, but all people that voted for him. it's not, they're not voting for everything he's saying. They're voting for certain aspects. They're sacrificing this for that. They're
Yeah.
sacrificing abortion rights for DIE or a cancellation of DIE, or they're sacrificing this for that versus looking at the overall picture like Democrats do. Democrats try to do the overarching picture, like how can we make everybody happy?
Yeah.
And the Republicans understand the game. They know they're not gonna make everybody happy. They're gonna try to make the majority happy.
I can agree with that. And man, yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And that's why I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. And that's why I'll be trying to. I learned from the last election with actually the last two elections not to be emotional about things. Are they gonna bother me? Yes, because it's just not. I'm not worried about me because I know I'm gonna be all right. I know I'm gonna be all right. I already got it. Yeah, I'm gonna be all right. I look at people around me. I look at my family around me. I look at like people like T. Look at their situations. Like, okay, how would one decision impact them? I look at the Black community. How would that impact them? And it's funny that we saying that because I hear it and understand the Roe v. Wade and all that stuff, but do people really understand why the backstory? I ain't gonna say the backstory, the assumption of why they repealed Roe v. Wade. And if you sit back and listen to a lot of the white nationalists, the Proud Boys, all them, they give you the answer to why Roe v. Wade was repealed. They are afraid of becoming the minority. And it's not because all other ethnicities are having a lot of abortions. Nah, because if that was the case, they wouldn't give a damn because they'll stay the majority. It's because a lot of their people are having abortions. A lot of their women are having abortions. So that is controlling their numbers. That is dropping their numbers. That is lowering their numbers. While all the other ethnicities are still growing, still having babies. And I was like, huh. Now it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, what is the impact of Roe v. Wade? Abortion. What is abortion? Not killing a baby. Terminating a pregnancy. What is a pregnancy? Bringing another life into the world. Adding to the population. If they were afraid of us becoming, or minorities becoming the new majority, they would have enforced Roe v. Wade. They would have made Roe v. Wade more accessible. They would have made it a lot easier, so there would be population control.
But let me backtrack a little bit. I'm just I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. I'm saying about why people chose, the way they chose, or the way they chose, and all this. And it's sad, man. But it seems like a lot of people chose, the way they chose because they're looking for a handout instead of doing the work themselves.
Oh, that's another aspect.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about. They're looking for a handout, one way or another instead. But the reality of it is, man, no matter how many handouts you get, people are not going to get the change they want unless they put in the footwork themselves.
Yep. And everything's come with a cost.
Yep.
Everything comes with a cost. You thinking you get a handout? Nah, that's an advance, bro.
Yeah.
That's an advance. Somebody's paying for it.
Agreed. What's up, TK? You been quiet?
He got the ragged ass internet.
Unmute yourself.
No, y'all was talking. I was letting y'all do y'all thing. You know, Baptist preacher was in his most. Like I said, I was letting y'all do y'all thing because you know I know he been waiting.
Yeah.
Who?
You.
I just been talking, been chilling, like edification, education. I
agree.
like to feed my mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, definitely, man.
No, I definitely get that. You know, I think it was it's been a gloomy week from the looks of people that I've seen going around through the regular day. It's just like a gloom hit.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
This is the thing that's getting to me, though. You know, people feel like because he won, that it gives them the platform to act a fool.
It
So
does.
you know, it's about to get real.
I don't think, you know what? I don't think it's going to get as real as people think. Because everybody's acting like it's about to be a civil war. It's not. Because
People already starting to act up.
Because the global, that's faction. And then again, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. A lot of the things that are happening now would have happened regardless. Like people threatening black people, all the texts and stuff, that shit has been going on since they ended Jim Crow, since they did the civil rights. That's just their way of asserting their dominance.
But the difference is black folks aren't backing down like they used to.
That's what I was about to. That's what I was gonna say. That's the difference. That is the difference. They know who exactly to pick at. They know who exactly to go to. It's just like a wolf following a herd of sheep. They're not gonna go after the strong one, because they know they're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna wait. They're gonna find the little bitty ones, the baby ones, and start picking at them. And that's exactly what they're doing. You see, every time you see majority of the time, I ain't gonna say every time. Majority of the time, you see somebody posts about somebody acting up. It's either a group of white dudes with one black person, or one white dude with a black female, or some scrawny little black dude. You never see them talking to that mandingo crazy, because they know what's gonna happen. You don't never see them going to the hood talking all that yin yang. They always going to the where?
Yeah,
the suburbs.
Yeah,
they going to the suburbs. They finna blow up this school. Nah, go to Crenshaw High and do that shit and see what happens.
See if you make it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know who, and then the first thing they'll say, "Oh, I don't have to do that because they're doing it for me." No, you know exactly who to fuck with, because you know the moment they turn that energy on your ass, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing with a lot of these militia folks talking about they're going to do this. They could start. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, they have no idea the strength. They have no idea the fury of the United States Army. I have witnessed it firsthand. There's nothing like that. Regardless of how people voted, how people feel, the moment these soldiers get the orders to do XYZ, it's a done fucking deal. So they can go ahead and say we gonna do this. We gonna do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The moment these soldiers, hey, we got to go down to Chicago or we got to go to such and such to handle this. It's gonna be something that ain't nobody ever seen before.
Ain't that a civil war?
Nah.
No? Okay.
And that's martial law before Civil War. It'll be martial law before Civil War.
Gotcha.
But no. Because I should, from my experience, and I'm only speaking from my experience, there may be a small faction that will try to break off in the military, but majority of the military, regardless of where they come from, their backgrounds will follow orders. And if that order say go into this city, seize it, and install martial law, that's what's gonna happen. It ain't gonna. And then it's like I said, it's nothing like nothing that you have ever seen before. It's nothing like opening your door and seeing Humvees locked and loaded driving down the street.
Yeah.
It's nothing like seeing a M1 Abram. No, I ain't even gonna go that big. I'm gonna go light infantry, a Striker or a Bradley with a 30 millimeter gun on the top. Everybody, oh, I got a 50 cal. Okay. You shoot that bitch, all you gonna hear ting, and then you gonna hear that doop 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 doop. And that'll be the last thing you get. No, you actually won't even hear it. You'll be done before you hear the sound. Like that's the part that a lot of folks. I love us. I love my people. We have a fighting spirit. I get it, but you don't understand. We don't understand the power of that. It's nothing. It's stuff out there where they don't even have to be in the same county and touch you.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
I got you. I'm with you.
So all that rah shit they be talking, I let them talk. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Now they may try to deal with the civilian population. That's different because the majority of the civilian population, they don't train like that. They don't have that mentality. They don't have that mentality to defend themselves. They don't have that mentality to like, okay, think of vulnerabilities, think of exit plans and exit strategies. They don't have bug out bags. They don't have stuff like that. And that's why when like these national disasters and shit happen, folks are stressed out because they don't think like that. They don't think, okay, and it's a gift and a curse. It's a curse because you start to see you start to seem dark. It's a gift because you're prepared. Like I got 3 bug out bags right now. Each one I got clothes in it. I got a sleeping bag. And only thing I'm missing is food and a firearm. That's it. But I think everybody should have that. So, and God forbid, you had that national disaster and they say, oh, you got to hurry up and evacuate. You don't have to run around grabbing shit, trying to put it in the bag and grab that bag. And I will say, I learned that in the Army because we had to, in some units, you have to be ready to go in 24 hours. Some units is 48. Some units is 72.
Yeah.
So you don't have the time to sit around and, oh, did I get this? Oh, did I do that? Oh, especially when it's a stressful time, you don't have time to do all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, enough of me talking. I'm getting caught in my.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's easy to say what people should know and should do, but people don't have that information and don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Never been placed in those situations, so
Yeah,
how would you know you have those things?
I agree. And that's why I put that caveat on it. I only do it because that's how we were trained. But if y'all listening, I recommend y'all start doing that. that have a book bag with the bare essentials. We used to call it. We used to call it a whole bag. Had a bare essentials in there. And grab that bitch when it's time to go.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it.
Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation we could have.
So, yep, y'all heard it. All right, well, we gonna exit stage left for tonight. I hope y'all find a peaceful space in your hearts and mind as things have been initiated. Don't be blind to the fact of things either, but at least find some kind of peace. Just walking around here stressed out with you all balled up ain't help you none either.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say, are we doing closing statements?
You can.
Or did I jump the gun?
No, you can.
The only thing I want to say is, however you choose to operate, vote, whatever, just stand on it. Period. Just stand on it. If it gets real, stand on it. But also, just because you don't particularly care for someone does not mean that you cannot learn something from that individual. Keep your eyes and your ears open. Be mindful. Be respectful. But yeah, just because you don't care for someone don't mean you can't learn from them. And however you chose to vote or whatever, stand on it. Be a person of integrity. That's all I got.
Okay. Mine will be like it's gonna be all right. Like I told my son, 2028 gonna have to come. It's gonna come. 2032 is gonna come. 2036 is gonna come.
Yeah.
Just got each milestone we hit. Just got to keep it moving. Keep your head up. Keep it moving. This is not the end of it. If it was, we'll hear the sounds of the trumpets and the 4 horsemen would appear, but it hasn't happened yet. So keep it moving. Keep moving forward. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna be all right. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of humanity. And it's not the end of you.
Agreed.
All right. Well, thank y'all again for tuning in with us. Y'all be safe. This is COVID, pneumonia. What is it? RSV virus. I done heard everything this week. Strep, everything. So definitely protect yourselves as much as possible. I am back to wearing my damn mask. Hell, none of that. We coughing and sneezing, don't cover their mouth. So,
you need a full face mask. Cover that whole mug.
Well, back in the day, you should take notes from when the people used to poke their head in the ground. Ha! So, on that note, we are out. Y'all be safe. Much love, and we appreciate y'all as always. Be blessed.
Peace. See y'all next week.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this. Don't talk about it. Really on the move.